A few weeks ago I made a video titled Video Game Feminism: The Nonsense Attacks on Games, in which I talked about fringe ideologues attacking video games on the basis of made-up arguments and random assertions. Today I have a recent example of a nonsensical attack on video games, from the authors Barbara Opitz and Lisa McMinn. I have no idea where these two authors fall in the political landscape, so I won't connect them to anything here, because in the end that doesn't really matter where the bullshit attack came from. So a little bit of context. The article was published on the 25th of March 2017 by the German newspaper Stern. The article in question is titled Besessen von Anime, die bizarre Welt des Marcel H. Obsessed with Anime, the bizarre world of Marcel H. Just as a little side note, from now on I will only use translated parts of the articles. I'll link the original in the description down below if you want to read it for yourself. First of all, who is Marcel H? I guess it's fair to say that he is a mentally disturbed person, and in my opinion it's pretty good that he won't walk free for a long time. Because he murdered a 9-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man. The young boy was butchered with over 50 stabs with a knife. The murderer then undressed this victim and took photos of the naked body. There were also photos taken of the dead man, with reportedly pencils being stuck in his wounds. The perpetrator uploaded these photos along with some commentary to 4chan. The 4chan community reacted, as one would expect, with disbelief, trolling, outrage, and some disgusting people even cheered him on. This sick individual wanted to make his big performance because he is a nobody. Reportedly, no friends, no job, rejected for military service, and so on. In a chat message he wrote to a friend that he wanted to kill because he didn't want to go to work, he just wanted the easy prison life. He's a mentally fucked up person. All these things are also listed in the article, and I have nothing to complain about because these things are fairly accurate. But now let's have a look at what the authors think why these crimes have been committed. From the article, Marcel H is obsessed with the world of anime, Japanese cartoons, often dark dystopias. Protagonists have spiky hair and glowing big eyes. In Germany, anime is more and more popular with especially teenagers, a subculture whose followers flee into the fantasy world of their heroes. These are often outsiders with hidden talents, odd, clumsy, and yet infallible. Outsiders like Marcel H. He was being bullied. During recess he was standing with the teachers or at the toilets, staring at nothing, a former classmate remembers. They were throwing cigarette ends at him. A loner. He went to school with army boots and headphones. His hair, when it was still long, bound together into a bun. He looked at nobody, stayed in his own world. Adding to that, first-person shooters on the computer, Counter-Strike and Warframe. He played under the name Outside Boy. Above all, he cared about the anime show Yu-Gi-Oh!, of which card games and video games exist, in which the players duel with each other until one of them has no life points left. He stayed in his fantasy world over nights. Days he would spend in the yard fighting with bamboo swords, which he hoarded under the bed like a treasure. Additionally, a wooden bow and 5 Japanese ceremonial knives. Marcel H was learning Japanese. He was teaching himself, especially to see and read his anime and mangas, Japanese comics, in the original form, always from the back to the front. Are you noticing a pattern here in the article? The article goes on to draw connections between the anime show Yu-Gi-Oh! And the murderer. And yes, it appears as if he is a great fan of the show, but does this prove anything? Do you want to suggest that the crime was inspired by an anime? Or the video games he played? Judging by all the ludicrous comparisons they make, it appears so. The guy surrendered to the police in a restaurant, and when he was let out in handcuffs, it was raining. And the authors end the article with, "For many it is a mysterious detail of a crazy deed, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! There is a card called the Rain of Mercy." Are you fucking kidding me? This article is complete and utter nonsense. They are drawing connections where there actually are no connections. They are trying to portray the whole thing as inspired by video games and especially anime and mangas. This is nonsense. And I find this kind of awkward when you think about the fact that 2 people were murdered and they are trying to stick this bullshit at the whole case. This whole article, the way it's written, it's just there to suggest to the reader that his hobbies are to blame. The guy has obviously unaddressed mental health problems, but that is in no way the interest of our contenders for the Journalist of the Year award. A social outsider who spends his time alone, reading strange books from a foreign country, well, that is rather a symptom of unusual behavior, not the cause. So even though this article is rather an attack on anime and its fans than video games, this article is just the same nonsense that is written about video games. You can really see the parallels here to any other articles written about video games, metal music, rap music. All these things are being demonized. According to some people, memes are now racist. I mean, just look at Pepe the Frog. That's apparently racist now, just like milk or something. And when it comes to these things, it appears that every subculture sits in the same boat. So see you guys next time. Till then, have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.
Double kill. Triple kill. Flash out.